Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to my Facebook Live this morning. And you are watching Creating Cards with Debbie. And my name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And be sure you comment when you come on and say hello. Then I can see who's on here and tell us where you're watching us from. It's kind of fun to see which states we're all in. But I'm going to give a moment for everybody to get here. Okay, like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie, and you can shop in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net, and that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. And also the host code for May, if your order is under $150, use the host code FJSFGSQ, and that's also scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you need to email me, you can reach me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com, or you can private message me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And when you're shopping, don't forget about our online exclusives. It's in that left-hand column. You just click on online exclusives, and it'll take you to all of our items that are in there that are in the catalog. And there's lots of things in there, so you don't want to miss that. And during the month of May until May 31st, Stampin' Up! Has got a new promotion to get your starter kit. It is the 1st of May until the 31st of May. It says join today and get new in-color products for free. I've got a little flyer here to show you. It says starter kit special. Ready to become a demonstrator? When you join Stampin' Up! Between May 1st and May 31st, you'll get 4 of the 2024-2026 in-color products in addition to your starter kit for free. And that's an $80 or $82 value with all of that. It's completely free. So altogether, you'll get 4 free in-color products plus your choice of $125 worth of products, free shipping, and free business supplies for just $99. Not to mention all the fun of being part of Stampin' Up's creative community. And on top of that $82 of all these things, you'll also get to pick out $125 worth of product, and all you'll be paying for all of that would be just the $99. And if you have sales tax in your state, of course, you'll be paying the sales tax, but no shipping. So it says, new joining special May 1st to 31st. You'll get $207 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, including all in-color items and free shipping for just $99. So even if you didn't want to make it a business, you can just join that, get your starter kit and all those products, and be a discount shopper. And if it doesn't work out for you, just drop. There's no obligation to stay in or to do anything other than that. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me, either email me, private message me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. All right, so May Paper Pumpkin is the best there is, and it says subscribe by May 10th, which is just a couple of days away now. It says perfect for Father's Day and more. You're the best there is. It's kind of a sneak peek of what's in the kit, but it doesn't give us all the items. And you can also add on the dies, and that's, I think they're like $12 extra, but you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So you could subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin for this month and add on your dies with that. So it was 3 months that it covered. It was for April was the butterflies, and then May is the a hexagon die cut, and then June is the thanks word die. So, and then here's a sneak peek at June is June Life is Sweet. That's what it's called. But the May one that's coming up now is make cards for Father's Day and more to express your gratitude and admiration. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Pre-cut paper accent pieces and labels, wood grain textures, and masculine earthy tones. And the Stampin' Spot that you'll get with it this month is the Misty Moonlight, but it also coordinates with the Wild Wheat Pool Party, the Misty Moonlight, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. And it says it also coordinates with the Country Woods Designer Series paper, which is item number 163393. All right, so I think we've gone through all the housekeeping notes here. And don't forget, we're in our brand new annual catalog, which just started May 1st. And we're going to be using the Country Flowers. Let me get this up here where I can see it. The Country Flowers bundle. It's the stamp set and the dies. And then we're also going to be using the, I don't know if you can see it that well, the embossing folder, which is the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. And this is on page 50. All right, so here's the stamp set, and here are the dies. And here is the embossing folder. Kind of see a little bit better on the package here. And this is one of our 3D ones. It's very pretty. So let's get started, and we'll put our things aside here. I've done a lot of the prep work ahead of time, so I'm hoping that we go fairly smooth today. We've got some bad weather coming into Arkansas today, so I want to not hold everybody up too long today. We had some tornadoes in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I haven't heard if anybody's been hurt, but it sure did some damage up there. They're about 20 miles north of us, so that's too close. And we slept right through it, so go figure. All right, so here's the card, first card that we're doing. It says Best Friend Ever. And on the inside, it says, So Lucky to Know You. So let's go ahead and get started with that and bring all of our bits and pieces out here. Bring my glue over here and this. Okay, I think I've got everything situated. I was running a little bit late this morning. All right, so our card base is our thick white, and this is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And we're going to get our scoring bone folder, and we're going to burnish that really good. And then I've got our Shy Shamrock, which is one of our new in colors. And this is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I've already embossed that with our embossing folder. I don't know, let me get it up here. Let's see. Yeah, very pretty. I like the texture on that. All right, we're going to go ahead and attach that to the front of our card with my favorite glue, the Tombow glue. And when you've got embossed layers, you want to make sure you get it up against the edge fairly close so it won't lift up on your card. Trying to grab it without getting too much glue on me already. And we're going to put that centered onto the front of our card. Well, that's why I like the liquid glue, because it gives you time to move it if you need to. All right, that looks fairly good. Give that a good press. All right, and we're going to set that aside. And I need to grab my dies that I use. I use the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm going to get those all out here, maybe. And I used the square here to cut out our, let me get my chart over here, our in color our 2024 to 2026 in colors. And here's my little chart that I've made. And we're going to be using this pattern right here. So these are the in colors, a 6x6 designer series paper. I love the colors. Very pretty this time. And I like the designs on them too. So this one is cut out with this die, which is I think that's the largest square. And then I used the deckled rectangle dies. Let me put these back in my envelope before I lose them all. They were flying all over the floor. There's quite a few in there. There is 15 of them, so that would be quite a few to pick up. All right, and then on the deckled dies, deckled rectangle dies, I cut out the shy shamrock, and I used this die here, which is 1, 2, 3, the fourth from the largest. And then I used this one to cut out our basic white, which is the fifth from the largest. Put those back in there too before I have those flying all over the place. And I forgot how many is in this one. There's 8 dies in that package. All right, so let's go ahead and start assembling. And I'm going to place this one at an angle. I'll get my glue and put that on there. I don't know if my microphone's picking it up, but we've got cicadas here in Arkansas, and they are loud. I can even hear them in the house with the windows shut. All right, and then I'm going to attach the white layer onto our shy shamrock. And we're going to center that. And then I can glue those onto our card front. And that's going to go straight on. Let me see if I'm even here. Press that down. All right. And I need some scraps here that I didn't do. Let me see if I've got some larger ones over here in my basic white. And I think they might fit on here. We're going to do the little bench. And where's my other flower? I've got them already on blocks here already. Just finding it. Here it is. And that's all of those. Oh, and I need my flower pot. Okay, we're going to use our black memento and put the lid back on this. I don't need the glue for a little bit. And we're going to start stamping here. Oh, I re-inked my ink pad, so it's pretty, it's getting a lot of ink this time. And trying to see what else I needed. The bench. And I don't have another scrap over here of white, do I? There's a scrap right here. We'll use this one. And our little footstool. Our little table. I'm going to do it this way. And dog hair there. All right. And while we're at it, we might as well stamp our sentiment. I always keep my little pieces of cardstock that I cut off when I have excess. I'm going to get one of those out. I want a fairly skinny one, maybe this one. I'll do that one just in case. And our sentiment is right here. It says best friend ever. And see if I can fit that on there. Looks good. I'll save that one for another time. Close up our ink pad. Have an accident with that. And I'm going to bring out our blends. I'm going to use our Shy Shamrock, our Summer Splash, and our Peach. And I thought I had both peach out here, but I guess I didn't. Stuck in another one. Just a moment, I gotta find where it is. All right, so we've got our Peach Pie, our Summer Splash, and our Shy Shamrock, the colors that we're using. So let's go ahead and start out with our little stool here. I'm going to use the dark Peach Pie, and we're going to do some shading on our stool. My lighting's not real good today because of all the shadows being cloudy. I apologize ahead of time for that. And JoJo wants to be voiced down there. She's talking and barking at what? Who knows? Okay, I'm going to color these fairly fast. I hope you don't get bored watching me. I love our Stampin' blends. I don't know what we did without them before. They're so easy to use. And they make us look good. Makes us all look like an artist, maybe. All right, there's our Peach Pie. Now we're going to put that aside. And we'll bring over our teapot. And I want to do that using our light shamrock, the light on the dark. I'm going to start out with the dark. And I'm just going to do a little bit of outlining here to give it some shading. And I'll do the handle with the dark. I thought I had already colored these and die cut them already, but I guess I didn't. So I hope you'll bear with me today. And we'll come back with our light shamrock. Shy Shamrock. Sounds Irish. And I forgot one stamp here. I have to get that out of my case yet. Do a little bit of shading here. on there. Back over this a little bit. All right. And I need to grab one little stamp out of there. I want this little one right here. We're going to stamp that right in the center of our flower pot. And grab a small block there. I know it's not a Stampin' Up block, but it'll do. And I'm going to just stamp that right in the center. Gives that a little oomph, a little something. All right, and then we've got our flowers. And those are going to be with the peach pie. And the summer splash. Yes, summer splash. Got to learn the names yet here. All right, we're going to start out with the dark peach pie. And I'm going to color the centers of these roses. I guess they're roses. Oops, I hit the camera a little bit. And I think that's all I use that for. Here's another one right here. Okay, now we're going to do the light peach pie. All right. Okay. And I'm going to come back with the dark peach pie to do those smaller flowers. I just kind of tap on them. And I'm using the bullet end of my Stampin' Blends. It's a little smaller and I can control it a little bit more. But even if you got all the lines up a little bit, it's okay. Which I am a little bit. We do have a color lifter too if you wanted to be real particular and go back with that and lift out some of the color. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it. Okay, I think I've got all those. Now we're going to come in with our dark summer splash. And a little bit of shading right there where I have the lines at. I think that's the only one. And I'm going to do the light summer splash. Do our leaves. Like right there, I did go out of the line a little bit. All right, did I miss any? I'm just going over it another time because it's soaked into the paper just a little bit. All right. I think that's good. So got all of our coloring done. And I need to bring over my embossing machine. This is our boho blue one, which you can get in our online exclusive store. And don't mind all my washi tape on top. I reuse it each time. And what did I do with my white? They're right here. And we need our dies. Hi, Sherry. The ink pad that I used for my stamping, I've got the craft stamping pad, which is just for the white craft ink, but I didn't ink it with the craft ink. I inked it with black memento ink instead. So it gives me a real good surface. Our stamping pads are really good. I like that better than I did the memento pad. So that's all I did. You can purchase these in the store. They're in the back with the inks and such. So that's what I did. And you just use instead of the craft ink, you use the black memento ink refills. Works good for me anyway. I've heard other people have done it too and they like it. Glad you're here. Where are you from? Okay, so here's our dies, and I'm just digging out those. 3 of those. And I think I'll start with the teapot. We'll die cut that first. And grab some of my washi tape that I've already got up there saved. I use it quite a few times instead of throwing it away each time. It stays sticky for a bit. All right. All right, so there's that. And I'll just lay that over there. Grab our flower. And put the die on there, get it taped down. You're not too late, Sherry. You can go back and catch the replay to catch what you might have missed. We just got started with the first card, so you didn't miss a whole lot, I don't think. And I feel like I'm all butterfingers today. My fingers aren't working. And then we want to cut out our little stool. I'm just going to tear that bigger piece of paper off of there, make it smaller. And okay. And that's our die cutting for this card, I believe. Tape off of there, save that for the next time. Our dies over here so I don't lose them. Alright, get rid of our boho blue. We'll put her aside here. Humor her. And the table just got smaller. Alright, so here's our die cut pieces. And pick that up. And we're just going to place our flower on top of our flower pot. But I'm going to put our little bench down there first. And I didn't pop any of this up. I'm just gluing it completely down flat. I figure with all these layers, we've already got enough bulk already. So that way it'll go through the mail okay. And I'm just going to place that down towards the bottom of our white die cut. And then we'll take our little teapot here and place that centered on top of our little table there. And then our flowers. I've been breaking fingernails all week long, and I don't know if I'm missing some kind of nutrients or something. I'm having a hard time picking things up with my short fingernails now. All right, so there's our little card so far. And I didn't grab my baker's twine out of here, did I? No. All right, I had to grab my baker's twine essentials pack. It's 5 or 4 in here that you get. It's supposed to be 5. I think there's a black one I'm missing. But I'm going to use the white twine to make us a double bow. And I got my bow maker over here. And I'm just going to make us a small bow. I'm going to go around twice. And it's always difficult tying bows on camera. I don't know what it is. Set that aside. I'm going to grab a mini glue dot, and these are the glue dots that come in our paper pumpkins. I like to use them when I've got real skinny bows. And we'll get our take your pick tool, and we're going to grab one of those off of there and place that at the bottom of our teapot. And I kind of like to roll it a little bit, make it kind of like a log. Make it skinny and wide, I guess you'd say. All right, and we're going to place our double bow on top of that. And then for some bling, we've got, these are the 2024 to 2026 in color shimmer gems. And I'm going to add just one of those up here in this empty space. So I'm going to take your pick tool, and we'll use the putty end to take off one of those. And I'm using the smaller. It's a large and small. I'm using the small. I like to split my side of my packages so I can just slide them out of there. I don't have to mess with the strips at the top. Makes it a little easier to get them out. All right, and we did our sentiment already, so let's go ahead and put that on our bottom. And I'm going to cut the right side at an angle. And that's also going to be glued down with our glue. And there we go. My glue is being stubborn there at first. And like I said, I'm having trouble picking things up with these short nails. And this is going to go across the bottom, and I'm going to butt it right up against the edge of our Shy Shamrock layer. And hold that for a moment to make sure it sticks, because it's got different layers here. All right, so there's the front of our card. Now on the inside, I didn't put an extra layer in there. I'm just going to stamp it directly onto the cardstock, and hopefully I won't mess it up. If I mess it up, then I'll have to do something else. And did I not? Maybe I didn't put that one out yet either. So lucky to know you. And that come out of a different. Where did I get that one from? Hold on a second. I don't know where I got that one from. I didn't write it in my notes. Well, oh, yeah, it is. Okay, I did. But I don't think I put it on a block yet. Here it is. All right. So lucky to know you. That's what we're putting on the inside. Bring our black memento back out here. And I've got a piece of fuzz on my pad there. And all right. Okay. So that's our first card. Let me show it to you again. Here it is. Best friend ever. And so lucky to know you. All right, so that's our first card. And some of these things aside. Not too far away because I may need them again. And again, we're going to be using the same bundle. Get my bits and pieces out here. Make a little room. So here's the card. Our next card. And let me put my directions on the back of that one so I don't lose them. Oops. Things are wanting to fall here. All right, so here's our second card. It says, with heartfelt sympathy and sending love. It's on the inside. And our instructions are that we have our Misty Moonlight is our card base, and that's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. Can you tell that's my favorite fold? Seems like I do a lot of them with that 4 1/4 by 11. All right. And then we have another embossed layer with that same embossing folder. And this is Balmy Blue, 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And again, that was embossed using our new embossing folder, the Eyelet 3D embossing folder, which is very pretty. It's got some depth to it too, some texture. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attach that to our card front. And all right. And that's the front of our card. And now I've die cut our Misty Moonlight, and I used those same dies, the deckled edge dies. And I think that's the 4th from the largest. Let me double check that. And it was this one here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the fifth from the largest. The deckled edge dies, rectangles. Deckled rectangle dies. I don't know why I put edge in there. I guess because it's deckled around the edge. Okay, now this one's going to go sideways. It's not going to go horizontal. It's going to go landscape. So we're going to, first we got to add some stuff to that first. I've got the linen thread. Get that out of there, I do. Okay. And I'm going to wrap that around. So I'm going to take some Scotch tape to hold that in the back of that. And pretty much centered. And it doesn't have to be exact. That holds that side. I'm going to wrap that around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And grab me some more Scotch tape to attach that. And our paper snips is hiding right here. Okay, I'm going to kind of spread these about a little bit. And I've got them crisscrossing here. I want to straighten that out. Maybe. Well, maybe not. It's good right where it is. All right, now that's going to go across here. So we're just going to glue that directly down. You could put it on dimensionals if you wanted to, but I'm not. Because our next layer is going to be up on dimensionals. And centered that across the middle. And let me see if that's about right. Yeah. You know, I'm challenged of getting things straight. All right, I'm going to hold that for a second so it attaches to that embossed layer. All right. And then using the stylish shapes dies, I cut a circle out of our designer series paper that carried over the countryside in. This carried over into our new catalog. And I'm using this pattern right here. And I'm using the larger circle to die cut that out of the stylish shapes dies. All right, now that's going to go up on dimensionals. I'm going to grab those. And I want to see how I want this layered. Which way's right side up? It's probably like that. Then I'm going to put across the back side on the top area and the lower area. So I'll put 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. Because I want it to go over our linen thread there and not be bumpy. Take your pick tool to pop those dimensional backings off. All right, and see which way I had it, this way. And place that over our linen thread and over our other diagonal die cut, our rectangle die cut, like so. And I don't know why I didn't do my coloring ahead of time, but I didn't. All right, so we're going to stamp here, but first I'm going to grab that mini glue dot again, and I'm going to add our bow that I made with our linen thread. I made a double bow. I did that ahead of time. And grab one of our mini glue dots here. And I'm going to place that to the left of our circle. And All right. So I'm going to set that aside. We've got some stamping to do. I'm going to put my glue lid back on and bring our black memento back over here to do some stamping. And we're going to stamp this size. I guess it's a vase or a jug or something. That's going to go right here. And then we're going to do this leafy looking flower. And cut those over here. What we're going to use are gray granite and mossy meadow are the only two colors we're using. So I'm going to start out with our dark gray granite, which is this one here. And I'll do some shading on our flower pot. So has anybody ordered any new bundles or suites or stamp sets from our new catalog yet? And which ones did you get? I'm curious to see what everybody's liking. Lots of choices in there. It's hard to decide which one I want to get first. I've gotten a few. But, you know, the old budget, you got to stay within your limits. Like to have everything, but it's not possible. Okay, I'm going to leave that a little lighter in places to give it some character. So be sure that you like and share my video. And if you're watching it on YouTube, be sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you'll be notified when I have new lives that I put up. All right, we're done with that. Now let's do the flower leaf here. And I'm going to start with a dark mossy meadow. And we're just going to do a little highlighting here. We'll do the stems. I'm just going to do the inside of the leaves. I guess that's the vein. I think that's what it's called. All right. And I'll come back in with the light mossy meadow. Okay. Well, our weather here so far is behaving itself, but it's pretty dark out there today. That's why my lighting probably isn't the best today. We're supposed to be getting some storms coming in this afternoon. We're going to get our bags ready to go out into the storm shelter just in case we have to get out there in a hurry. And it usually happens when we're sleeping, so I don't like that. The one that came through last night in Hot Springs was early morning. Not sure what time. I think it was around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, which isn't good. And I don't think they were really expecting anything that bad. They were talking maybe wind and some hail, but I think they're kind of surprised by the tornado. I haven't heard how big it was yet. It did a lot of damage, it looked like, pictures I've seen on Facebook. All right, so there's our colorings. And bring our boho blue back over here, our baby boho. And we're going to die cut those out. We'll get our dies over here again. And it looks like we've got a delivery today. UPS is out here. Right there and there. I should be able to do both of these at the same time, so we're going to get them centered on here right. And use our trustworthy washi tape that I've already used. And this one goes on our flower, pretty much like that. And my husband had ordered some things from Amazon. I guess that's what it is. All right. I need to clean my table off. It's a mess. I haven't got room to set anything. All right, so here are our two die cuts out of there. Our flower pot and our flower. We'll bring our card back over here and we'll place those onto our circle. And I'm just kind of dry shading it to see where I want it. So I think right about there is good. So we're going to glue down our flower pot first. Oops, and then I drop it. Get some glue all over the place here. And it looks, that was crooked at first, but I think it's okay. Oops, put our flower the right side. Had it upside down. Okay. I'm going to set that aside because we need to stamp our sentiment. And that is with heartfelt sympathy. And right about there, we're going to fussy cut this out. Let me stamp that again. I'm not sure if I like that well. I think I might have moved my stamp a little bit. Yeah, I like that one better. Bring our paper snips over here, and we're going to fussy cut this out. I'm going to cut this out of the larger paper so I can work with it easier. And I'm just going to cut along our letters, leaving a white border around them. And I want to cut out sympathy all the way, apart from that other. Like so. And then we're going to cut around our letters here with heartfelt. Goodness, the trucks are noisy today. think they're in a hurry to go somewhere. And that's going to go at the top. Get rid of my scraps here. And bring out our glue again. And we'll put that in our upper left-hand corner. And then our sympathy is going to go at the bottom right-hand corner. I know we don't like to do sympathy cards very often, but I like to do them ahead of time, and then I'll have them if I need them. So it's good to keep them on hand. Seems like we've been going through a lot of funerals lately. I don't know. All right, and the gems I'm going to be using are the basic gray and smoky slate pearls. And like I said, I slid open the side panel so that I can just slide them out easier. It just works for me. And we'll bring our take your pick tool over here, and we're going to use our putty end. And I'm going to grab off 2 of the large ones here. And it got a lighter and a darker, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with the darker. And I'm going to put 2 up here in this corner. And then a third one is going to be the smaller one. And I'll put that on our little barrel or pot right here. It looks like a bucket. That's why I keep calling it a barrel or something. All right, and then on the inside, we're going to be using our basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to stamp our sentiment, which is sending love. And I'm going to put this little strip at the bottom. I thought I had a longer one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. This is going to go on our side. So it's a little, like a 1/4 of an inch by 5 1/2 inches. But let me stamp my sentiment first in case I mess up. Sending love, which is right here in front of me. I already grabbed it. And our ink pad out here again. And I'm going to put that off to the, kind of off to the left, upper left. And now this little strip of balmy blue is going to go along that left side. And I usually leave my strips a little longer because you can always trim it off. You can't, it's hard to put things back if it's too short. So I'd rather have them a little bit longer. And then I can go in there and snip it off afterwards. And just trying to see how even we are. You just turn it over and snip off that excess. Makes it simple. And we'll put our adhesive in the back, and we'll put this on the inside of our card. Make sure I've got my card facing the right direction. I don't put it upside down. I have done that before. Okay. Okay, sending love. So we've got with heartfelt sympathy, sending love on the inside. I think I did everything, yeah. Wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything on there. All right, and to move some of this stuff. Oh, and we need to do our envelopes too. We don't want a naked envelope. So we've got our envelope here, and let me bring my paper over here, which is disappeared on me. Okay, here we are. And a paper trimmer. And we're going to pretty up this flap here. So we're going to go about 2.5 inches by 6 inches. So there's our 2.5. Out of the way. And 6 inches. So we're going to add some glue to our envelope flap. And place that onto our envelope. And put that the right side up. And we turn that over and just trim that all around the envelope flap. Don't be afraid to use up your designer series paper. I like to do my envelopes if I have time. Who doesn't like opening the mailbox and seeing a pretty envelope? Okay, so there's our flap. And here's the card to go along with that. Okay, and then our third card today. Put those aside. Our directions over there so I don't lose them. And I've already done the prep work on this one, so it's going to come together fairly fast, I hope. Save a little time if I don't lose anything here. Okay, so here's our third card. It says hello on this little tag. And this one opens this way. It's a little bit different. It says have a blessed day. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start out with our gorgeous gray cardstock. And that measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches and scored in the middle at 5.5. So we'll burnish that edge. And then our designer series paper comes from just a second here. I'm trying to get to it. I think I have it out here. Oh, no? Yeah, we did. I was looking at the wrong one. Our designer series paper is going to come from the Perennial Lavender. This is another one that's carried over that was on our online exclusives, I believe. So we're going to be using this pattern right here. And then the back side of this one, which is this one. So this and this one. So that designer series paper is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And our other one measures 2.5 inches by 5 3/8 inches. So it's the same width as the larger one is. It's just 2.5 inches. We're going to go ahead and yeah, I had to look at that a minute. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to our designer series paper, both of these together. You know, when it's been a couple of days since you did them, sometimes you got to jog that memory a little bit to remember what you did. Okay, so this is going to go in the center. I'm going to push it up just a tiny bit. more than center. And make sure that's straight, which that looks pretty good. And then we're going to come back in with our ribbon, and I'm using the petal pink and white 1/4 inch diagonal trim combo pack. And this is a new one that's in our catalog. It has the petal pink and the white. We're going to be using the white. And I'm just going to take that, and it's going to go across here. So I'm just going to eyeball it, not measure it, just to go across that with a little extra to put on the back side. So I guess it's probably about 7 inches long. That's going to go across our bottom border here. I'm thinking that's not straight. It looks straight to me. Maybe my eyes are off today. And I'm going to bring in my tear and tape to attach that with. And we're going to put a strip of that across this bottom edge. And I'm going to turn that so I can get it to go straight. And I want it to go up there. All right, take your pick tool back over here to bring off that backing to expose that. And we'll grab our ribbon and place that over along that seam. And just pressing down a little bit. And to hold that in place on the back side, I'm going to take a couple little strips of that tear and tape and place down there. If it'll let go of my fingers, I will. And that one came off completely, so see if I can get it back off my finger. There we go. It does stick. And take off that backing. And then we'll just fold that back onto that. All right, then we're going to attach that to the front of our card. Just use our glue, or whichever adhesive you prefer. And place that down on my card. And you're probably hearing my phone vibrating. Somebody's calling me. It's probably a spam. I get more spam calls than I don't know what. If I don't recognize the number, I don't answer it. And if they want to get a hold of me, they'll leave a voicemail, right? All right, so press that down on top of our card base. This is what we got so far. And I've already stamped and colored our flower pots and all that. So let me go ahead and show those to you. And here's the large one. Here's our little step stool. Here's our little tea kettle. And this flower is going to go into that one. And we've got these flowers that are going to go onto this one. And I've die cut out of that same paper a little flower pot, and it comes from off of this one right here with the butterfly. So I made sure that I got the butterfly on there. So that's going to go right there, and this flower is going to go on top of that one. So let me go ahead and start attaching these. All of them are going to be glued down directly, except for the little tea kettle flower pot. So let me put those aside and do those last. And bring our card back over here. So Like I said, these are glued directly down to our card. And I'm using the ribbon trim as kind of my baseline, I guess you would say. So that's going to go there. And let me put that little footstool right there so I know where to place that. That's going to go in the center. And I think I'm going to have it hanging over that trim just a little bit. All right. And now I want to place my flowers on those. And figure out how this goes. I think it goes like this. And our little flower pot that's from the Designer Series paper is going to go onto our little bench here. And make sure that's fairly straight. And add the flowers to that. And I don't want to cover up my butterfly, so I want to make sure I've got it up high enough. But we need to make sure it clears for our envelope, so I may have to cover the butterfly a little bit. I should have put that down lower. Just going to see the bottom corner of the butterfly. I guess I could have switched out. Maybe I'll switch out my flowers. Will this look all right there? Yeah. No, maybe not. No, we'll just keep it the way it is. Let's stick again, or I need to add more glue. All right, now we're going to take our other pot, and I've already colored that, and I stamped a bunch of those little circle thingies, this stamp set here. And I colored my pot using the Lost Lagoon, light and dark. And this pot was done using the Highland Heather, the light and dark. And this is the Lost Lagoon. I forgot to say that. And the flowers are Highland Heather and the Lost Lagoon for the leaves, and a little bit of peach in the centers. Forgot to say that. Okay, so we're going to place this up on dimensionals, the little teapot. I can pick those off with my short fingernails. I did. Amazing. And this one's going to kind of hang over our little stool there. And I'm going to put 3 on the flower here. Take a pick tool, take those backings off. And we'll place our flower on top. All right. And did I not do a tag? I thought I did a tag. Guess I didn't. All right, we're going to have to stamp a tag here. And that is going to say hello. And the hello comes from a different stamp set. It's called Unbounded Love. And this is one of our new stamp sets. It's got a lot of sentiments in here, but we're going to use this little hello to stamp that with. Bring our ink pad back over here. And hello. And then we've got a die that comes from which stamp set did that come from? That came from something different. It comes from the Layers of Beauty dies. And it's this little one right here. A cute little tag. This one here. So I'm going to put that this way, and I'm going to leave enough room at the top edge because we're going to add a bow. And you need to grab washi tape to hold that. And snitch off of somebody else here. And make sure it doesn't move on me. We're going to run that through our baby boss. All right. And there's our little tag that says hello. And that's going to go up here. I probably should have left a little bit more room here. And then we want to bring back our trim. And we're going to make a bow. Oops, my tear tape's coming all undone here. Bring back our bow maker. And we're going to make a quick bow here, hopefully. If the fingers cooperate with me. And bring that back. And pull. And snip off that excess. So simple when it works right and my fingers are working right. All right, and it's going to go on the tag there. And I want it going that way, or do I want it going this way? Or I could put it down here. No, I like it up here better. So let's glue it right there, and then we'll attach our bow to it. And we're going to bring over a regular mini glue dot because it's a little thicker ribbon. And I'm going to grab that onto our bow. And place that onto our tag. And I want to press that down pretty good because it's kind of bulky right there. I'm going to make sure it's staying. And we might trim our bows off a little bit, our tails. And I want to see something here. I'm going to froof up my bow a little bit. There we go. It's kind of flattened on me after messing with them. All right. Okay, did I put anything else? Yeah, I've got some rhinestones. And I didn't grab those. Let me grab my rhinestones. I need to move around anyway. I was sitting too long. Legs feel like they're shifting up on me. All right, so we're going to take 3 rhinestones, and I'm going to use the smaller ones. I'm going to place 2 over here on our flower pot, and the third one I'm going to put up here in the center. So these are just our basic rhinestones. All right, now let's do the inside of our card, and I'm going to stamp our flower pot again, which is this one right here. We're going to spruce up the inside of our card a little bit. And our sentiment, which is going to say, have a blessed day. And which is this one right here. All right, that's all the stamping we need to do. We'll close that up and bring over our Highland Heather. And I have both of them here. I didn't. And I might have taken it away. So we're just going to do Highland Heather light on the inside. Make that a little darker. And I need to grab one more stamp. Before I could never figure out what it was for, but I finally seen somebody do it, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Now I know what it's for. It is this little straight line here. Well, this one will work. Looking for a skinny one, but and tap, tap, tap. And this is going to go right across the top of our pot. There. All right, is that the inside? So I'm going to put that inside of our card. Oops, my dimensional backings fell on there. All right, and just put that on the inside of our card. Well, trying to center that. There we go. Okay, so there's our card, our third card. It says, hello. Have a blessed day. All right. Thinking I've got everything under control here, maybe. Let me scooch all this away. Got all my stamps out here. Got a lot of cleaning to do. And I've got a sticky spot there, so I don't want to lay my paper in that. I'll lay something on there. And let me just get one of my... Well, like I said, the fingers aren't working today. There. A post-it note right there to pick up that glue so I don't stick everything to it. All right, and this is our second card. And here is the first card. So I'm hoping I can get them all in camera view. Okay, here's the envelope for that one. All right, so there's our cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them. And be sure you like and share the video with your friends and family. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure you hit that subscribe button that's down below. And I look forward to seeing you next week, which will be May... Look at my calendar. It'll be May 15th, and I'll be live again at 11 a.m. Central Time. So tell your friends and family to come join us and set your alarm to be sure that you're there and don't miss me. So until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week, and everybody in Arkansas and in these storm lines, be safe today and tonight. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.